something that is surprisingly pretty cool, but might be ruined by the fact that it's already on a car that isn't very good? Well, we're gonna have to find that out today with the KTM X-Bow Raw Edition. I believe it's the GT4 in touring car, and they have really butchered this one. Butchered in a good way. They sliced it up and have done so much to this car. It looks insane. I love the way this thing looks, and it's oddly converted. It's roofless. It's a roofless touring car. I wonder if it's the only one. I think it is, because we don't have the normal X-Bow in touring car, do we? We've just got the GT4. The normal one's in Alpha GP. And you know what? It doesn't seem to handle the worst. Oh, I'm kind of liking how this thing handles. Wait, is this thing honestly like way better than its stock version? No, it really isn't. I did like a test, and it's virtually the exact same as its stock version. But throughout this entire video, I convinced myself that it was different. It's not. It's basically the exact same as the stock handling-wise. It's not Renault RS01 good, but it's pretty damn good. Okay, you know what? Well, we're gonna have to customize it, throw it into a race. I think it's touring car. Unless I'm going insane and it isn't, I think it is touring car. So we're gonna go into it, customize it, and this is the final vehicle of this Motorpass. This concludes the Motorpass of American Legends. I was going to say USB Tour. Of American Legends Episode 2. And now we just continue with the update, business as usual. Obviously, I've still got a bunch more videos to come out on this update, and I do hope you boys enjoy all of them. So, let's begin with this thing in customization. It is a touring car. So, as I go into customization, I will remind you, head down there, subscribe with notifications on if you're not already, and honestly, the most I could ask from you is just check out some of my other content once you're done with this video. It's the best thing you could do. It'll probably already be in your recommended, so just check it out. Now, how much have they removed from this car? Like, just looking at it. So there's now holes that show the top of the tire, I think? Yeah, the tires you can see from the top now. They've added this, like, this thing here. I think they've removed a lot on the back. They've added these, like, rear lights. This interesting spoiler. What do they do to you? It looks insane. Oh, okay, so it seems it will have livery customization, but it doesn't have a single exclusive livery. So you can't put exclusive liveries on it, but you will be able to put liveries on it. Like, I can make a livery here, you know, I'd have to color it from here as well. So really, we're going to be relying on people making liveries for this to look any good. Oh, and believe it or not, I'm not going to use that as a livery or have it as a livery. There we go. So that kind of sucks. I mean, obviously it's a touring car, so it never was going to have visual parts. Color would have been nice though, right? Color would have been a nice addition, but who are you gonna complain to? Especially considering we didn't get all the vanities on this build, so I am just gonna have to go with, I guess, nothing, right? Nothing else works. I'm not gonna put British tires on her, and we don't have many orange vanities, so I guess I'm going with nothing. We don't have anything here either. I mean, I guess we go with Prohibited Dream. Don't even have an orange nitro. Oh, this is going terribly. We'll go with yellow spangled nitro. Again, not a lot that we can do here either. Wow. That's probably one of the quickest customization sections ever. Actually, that's a lie. We also made a video on the Infinity, so that was probably the quickest. Well, I mean, this thing's got parts on it. I guess we take it into a race. It's the final car of this update. It seems a bit anticlimactic, I suppose. Okay, well, the real question is it better than its stock counterpart? Because if you didn't know, the older, the normal version of this car, oh, love that nitro, actually. That nitro is very cool. Oh, okay. So if you didn't know, the stock version of this car is very bad, essentially. Am I sensing a bit of CCGT in this thing? Huh. I think I'm sensing a bit of CCGT. Maybe I'm wrong, but this definitely feels not like the old GT4. The old GT4 was an inherently bad touring car. This thing is just a good touring car. It's got that, like, a sophisticated model that I talked about in the CCGT video, where it's got a handling model that is more actually brake, actual cornering speed and stuff like that, instead of just the Renault RS01, where you'll just speed through the turn, sliding all over the place, yet exit with more speed somehow. This thing, on the other hand, actually feels like you have to brake for turns. See, I didn't brake enough there, and I went wide. I kind of like this thing's handling. Again, it's one of those dilemmas where clearly it's not a good touring car. Maybe it will be, but clearly it's not a meta touring car, right? Like, it's not gonna be the best touring car in the spec. I kind of prefer its handling, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you boys have this car by now. Maybe not, it's tier 37, right? Maybe you boys don't have this car, maybe you have this car, but when you do, let me know what you think about its handling. It feels sluggish, it feels slow, but not unlike the CCGT. Huh, I wonder what's gonna come of this then. Okay, there we go. Huh, I do really love how it handles. Again, I can't say it enough. It's very CCGT, and people loved how that thing handled. It feels like an actual sim racer, right? Like, it feels like an actual racer where you're trying to control the car and, like, actually having to drive the car in a certain way so it behaves well, rather than, like I described, yeeting the car through the turn. Like the smoke. I haven't seen the smoke once this race because it refuses to spin out, which is good. You know, it's good. So on that note, let's take it into another race. Here we go. The Raw Edition in another race. This time it's raining, which kind of sucks. So I guess we're going to have to see how its handling fares when it comes to, you know, on a track in the wet, I suppose. I'm just trying to drive it more like I drive the CCGT, because the Renault has a specific way to drive it, and that is absolutely yeeting it through every turn like I described, and just drifting through turns, essentially. The Renault handles like a street car. This handles like a touring car. And I wonder if this is a bigger trend. I wonder if all touring cars added now will have this smart handling, you know, this more by-the-books sophisticated handling, where they don't spin out ever. Instead, they just drive. They'll understeer properly instead of sliding out, you know? I'm loving it. And I may make a comparison video, I suppose, when it's come out, and I guess I'll ask I'll ask if it is if that is the case, that it has this new handling model, then I'll do another comparison video on it. Probably comparing the CCGT, not the CCGT, comparing this thing directly to its stock hypercar counterpart is probably what I'll end up going with. Okay, that is a terrible turn to make in this thing. You have to brake a lot beforehand. But this thing's not too bad. Like, this is in the rain. It's not spinning out at all in the rain. What? Now, one issue is this thing's in the Motorpass, so if it's any good, like amazingly good, it'll kind of suck. Because it's in the Motorpass. We can hope it's just okay, you know. We can hope it's just a good touring car and isn't meta, which I don't think it would become, you know. Come on. Okay, no, I'm still completely bottling that turn. But we're trying our best, okay? We're trying our best. And this is the final lap at the moment. This thing will definitely be usable in PvP, I reckon. I mean, if people are using the CCGT in PvP, this thing will be usable in PvP, you know. Look at that! It just doesn't spin out! The Renault would have been sideways by that point. What? And there we go. I grew on it, you know? I grew on this car. It's kind of nice. I like the handling. I like how it's the like sophisticated handling. Maybe I'm gonna grow to like this thing, honestly. That kind of solidifies that every car in this Motorpass is a good, usable car. Well, there you go. If that doesn't conclude the Motorpass series in a pretty optimistic way, I don't know what does. Enjoy the rest of the videos coming out. Yes, I've done too many videos on the Senna. No, I won't stop. I hope you boys have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you did enjoy this video because I enjoyed making it. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to Icon members, Dustin for the love of life, and Corey Brown. That's going to be about from me in a bit.